आना मेरे प्यार को ना तुम छोटा समझो जाना, सनम तुझे पाने का ये था सारा बहाना. Format of actors suddenly breaking into song and all was something I never identified with. माँ मर रही है गा कौन रहा है it's like a bit ridiculous know. Whatever differences I've had with my ex-husband, I have very, very great admiration for him as a filmmaker. So there's nothing to fear because at the end of it, that the only thing that will take you through is just love.
Hi Suchitra.
Hi Devansh.
Hi, welcome to Indian Express.
Thank you.
So I was going through your Instagram bio and
Yes.
it says singer, actor, author, painter.
Yes.
So a lot of people identify you as an actor first.
Yes.
But why do you identify yourself as a singer primarily?
Because I am primarily a singer, and I think anybody who knows me from my childhood remembers me as the girl who was always singing.
Yeah.
So if you ask me what my core skill is, I would probably say singing. So I don't identify myself in any order. It's just that I do all of it. So if it's bothering you, I'll change it to actor, singer.
Doesn't bother me, but do you think that...
I don't consider myself a full-time actor.
Yeah.
So, I do write. If you see all the artwork in my house, every single piece is made by me. So I am an artist as well. I'm a painter as well. So, because I've struggled with what to put on my Insta bio. I've thought of clever lines. People put such clever things. I'm like, kya dalu? Forget it. Just put something staid and boring.
Yeah. But does it bother you that people see you as an actor first, not so much?
Not at all. I think that I'm very grateful that people see me as anything at all, because I've been rather lazy about, laid back about everything I do. I do things at my own pace, and I do things kind of at my own pace and leisure. So I'm grateful for any attention I get.
You started acting very early.
Yes.
But I think the albums came out during the late 90s.
From same time as Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na to late 90s, yes.
So when was the time, like what was that time like when you decided now I want to also put out my music?
No, see, I've been singing since I was a child. In fact, even before Dole Dole, I had recorded an album called Zamana Deewana. Throughout my school and college, I've sung jingles. I sang 2 film songs actually, even before Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. There's one thing I sang for Nadeem Shravan. And so singing and music, acting was always going on simultaneously. And then of course Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na came, and then it's become such a classic. It's eclipsed a lot of the other things I've done. But I would say that I was always doing both. And I'm like a hardcore trained singer. So have I ever done an acting workshop? No. Have I ever tried anything, made any effort towards acting? I think acting, I just got the parts because at that stage I was the right person in the right place, and I looked a certain way that suited the ethos of the Indian film heroine of a particular kind, but it was not like I had the struggle and I was trying to be an actor and that kind of thing. I think acting I just flowed into. I'm grateful I enjoy it. It's not like I don't enjoy it, but I don't call it my area of core competence, frankly.
So say, how did Nadeem Shravan discover the singer in you?
यही मैं वो एक album कर रही थी so long ago, it's like, it actually feels like another life to me. Even when people talk to me about Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, I feel like I'm talking about some other person, some other lifetime. So I was very active singing jingles and things like that. And us waqt I was working with 2 people, Rajesh Johri and Bunty Dugal. I think Bunty suggested my name to Nadeem Shravan. And फिर वो, in fact, धीरे धीरे से मेरे ज़िंदगी, that is a direct copy of Come Into My Life by Joyce Jones or something. So I had rehearsed that whole song. I was to sing that song. So then of course they got Anuradha Podwal, because at that time companies had a lot of favorites, and in fact even later when I did Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, Kundan would always say, I wish I knew that you were a proper singer. I would have definitely liked you to have done one of the songs. But so I started, I was doing both simultaneously,
Yeah, but I'm sure that after your albums came out, even the directors, the composers would know that you sing so well. So, were there any offers to sing after that?
No, but after my film came out, I stopped acting only. No?
Yeah.
So I only did music. So
Yeah.
there was no question of doing both.
Oh.
And see, when you're starting out, you can't really insist on anything. So I would always suggest it and nobody listened to me. But yeah.
But even Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, Aana Mere Paas To Aana is such a, I mean, we all remember and love it so much.
I still, I'm walking on the road, people start singing the song to me. I'm like, theek hai, lovely, you know, at least they recognize me as the same person so many years later. Yeah.
But do you miss seeing songs in movies today?
Do I miss seeing songs in movies? No, I always found that whole playback culture, that format of, you know, actors suddenly breaking into song and all was something I never identified with.
Okay.
You know, as a singer, I of course I identify with music. I love music. But suddenly cut to a Ghana and all is something I never identified with. And I think our films are getting better by moving away from that. You know, it is a classic genre, I agree. But it is, I was never convinced by that form. Unless it's done like, there are people who've taken it to a very high level, like say a Sanjay Leela Bhansali or a Mani Ratnam, you know, or a Gulzar. So, but otherwise, very often it would seem misplaced. That whole, suddenly an actor or actress is singing. Kaun gaata hai yaar? Maa mar rahi hai, ga kaun raha hai? You know, it's like a bit ridiculous, you know.
No, initially, it came as a surprise to me because you've also been in musicals, stage musicals.
See, stage musicals is, you know, you're not, it's make-believe, you know, it's not real, it's a form, you know. So, yeah, of course, the form of cinema came from that. In fact, my last podcast was about how playback singing emerged from Nautanki, you know, from theatre. That form of storytelling all emerged from theatre. On stage, I'm willing to accept it much more than. Also on stage, mind you, the actors are singing their own songs. It's not somebody just lip syncing your song and taking all the credit for it, you know. So I feel our cinema is getting better. It's getting more believable because we've moved away from the playback genre. Of course, still when it's done beautifully, like you see you know. I don't know, even when I saw Hira Mandi, I was convinced because it was done so beautifully. You accept that those people, those characters are singing the songs.
It felt organic.
But you don't accept a surgeon suddenly singing a song while he's cutting up a body, you know.
When has that happened?
I mean, it's almost been as ridiculous as that. Na? Maa mar rahi hai, you know, khoon beh raha hai, wo duet ga rahi hai, you know. So it's been a bit ludicrous.
No, I watched...
I have no offense. I mean, I'm part of the same business, but these are my thoughts.
No,
you know.
I watched your show, YouTube show, and I thought that the discussions that you do on music are so varied. Like right from the first Talkie Alamara that you talked about, to even discussing the copyright movement in India. So, where do you think we're lacking in terms of education about music and popular music?
I think the main thing is that music is not, I said this from the first episode to, I've just done season 1. It's called The Music Stories on my channel is called the Suchitra Krishnamurthy Show. So I've said it from day 1 to my first episode to my 9th, which was my first season, that singers and music is never given the same stature as a film or a film star. And the legislation is very weak in India. You know, it's getting better, but it's still very weak. And for example, long ago, many years ago, you know, there's this song, Born Free as the... So I had met a musician who played one violin piece on it. And he earned so much from that song that he never had to get a job again. You know, he would travel and he would work remotely, and because that one song, even the violinist who played one solo piece on it, got his due. It's not only India mein kya hai, it's only the music company that earns. Then off late, because of the legislation that came in, the composer and the lyricist, Now, little bit after people have fought and fought, the singer is getting little. But what about music is not just the singer or the composer or the lyricist. In a piece of music, there are hundreds of other musicians. There is such a process, you know. Everybody is important, right from your keyboardist to your drummer to everybody. And they have never been recognized. Even the singers have not been recognized, you know. And even in films contribute so much to a film's, music contributes so much to a film's success. But is any music director given the same stature as a director or an actor? Very rare, except for maybe A.R. Rahman, who grabbed that for himself. But nobody else has got it, you know. So, I mean, my whole thing is about that. Music is not just the one voice you hear or the one lyric you remember. There's a whole machinery behind it, which also needs respect. And respect not in वाह वाह किसी को नहीं चाहिए भाई पैसे चाहिए सबको पैसे चाहिए you know. Yeah.
Your daughter is also a professional singer.
So she managed to do her sing first movie and her first song. Yeah. So
but I was watching the episode you did with her.
Yeah.
In which she said that she's been, I think you put her to classical singing at the age of 6.
Yeah.
So why was that like important for you?
I think training is very important. I think training is very important. See, singing, a lot of people are born with tune. Like a lot of people are born with, say, a propensity to play tennis or badminton. But you don't get to the Olympics playing just in your gully and playing once a month. You know, so music is also in a way like vocal athletics, I feel. You have to be at a level of training and level of readiness. And before 6, no teacher takes you on because the voice is too fragile, voice is too raw. And 6, lot of, whether it's in ballet, whether classical music, 6 is the age to start. So I thought, why not? And at that time, I'd also put her in dance because I said, let her find her talent. I knew she had tune. I mean, her first cry, I found it tuneful, frankly. But I said, let her find her strengths and her thing. So I feel training is very important. There are many people who think they're singers, but they're not. You know?
But did you inherit that from your parents? Were they
From
also
my
big
mother.
on music?
Yes, my mother was like a nightingale. I mean, I remember as a kid, I remember hearing her voice singing sometimes in the kitchen, from the room, and it was like some angel, you know. So she used to sing like an angel. Of course, she was a professor and she did her doctorate in history and all that. She didn't pursue music, but and my grandmother was like, she could just pick up any instrument and play it, you know, without any training, anything. So definitely it's come down in my bloodline. And to Kaveri, mercifully. Like my dad, जब वो गाते थे, you had to hear the lyrics and then say, अरे ये तो ये गाना गा रहे हैं. Otherwise his tune was so bad. So music is invariably an inherited. You can then develop it to any extent, but वो basic so I feel comes through a bloodline or God or whatever.
So when Kaveri was making her debut this year with Bobby Orishi Ki Love Story, so did it take you back to when you made your debut?
No. I was so focused on her debut. I don't think I was thinking of myself at all.
Were you concerned that she may not face the same thing that any star kid faces today?
I think people have been very kind to her. Audience has loved the film. It was, trending on JioStar.
No, I'm saying before it released.
Yes, of course I was concerned because though she's tough about trolling and all that, but it's a very difficult business to navigate. You know, she's very, very naive. She's lived a very sheltered life. And she's also quite opinionated and all, being an artist herself. So, of course, I think any parent is concerned, and I was concerned, and I will always be concerned. I just want the best for her, so I'll always be concerned.
Yeah, but it's also such a different time from, say, when you made your debut.
Oh, absolutely. And see, she's already, first of all, the world is very different. It's much more organized. It's much more, there's such a vast variety of subjects being. So it's not like you have to be a heroine and you need these aisa thumka maro, you can be a heroine. There's a wide scope. Different talents can do different things. So one doesn't have to fit into a box. So she will have to find her path and her way. And also, she will not face like I came from nowhere when I started. I mean, my parents were just in a completely different world. And so I've never compared our lives because her life is very different, She already has the protection of, say, her parents' name, the access, everything. Now it's up to her what she wants to do with it, how far she can take it, and how tough she can stay and become and stay rather.
Yeah. So in the same episode with her, she talked about how she took like her childhood where you were going through a separation.
Yeah.
She took that and turned it into curiosity for humans.
Yeah.
Do you also do that as an actor, as a singer?
Yeah, and as a writer especially.
Yeah, as a
So I think every hardship that you go through or any turmoil or any confusion, if you try to understand it rather than throw yourself a pity party, your mind really opens up and you see that it's just the human condition. And as an artist, it's very important to understand the human condition with empathy, and see all sides of the coin. Not just ki main bichari, main, So I think that for an artist is very important.
But it's easier said than done. No?
It's of course, and it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But I would say it's good if it happens because otherwise you're not going to survive. So it's also a survival. To get that understanding and to get that empathy is also a way for you to yourself survive and make something of all this. Otherwise, what's the use of all that pain? वो कुछ काम का तो आए वो pain, Yeah.
Even when you did Drama Queen, that was such a fine reflection of whatever you had been through.
Yes, and I had a very turbulent relationship with my mother, and I use that in my art, and it's not like there's a lack of love, but sometimes to just understand that you have to express it, And I remember when my mother came for the first show, Drama Queen, I was so nervous. How is she going to take it, and you won't believe it, she was laughing the loudest. Throughout the hall, I could hear my mother's laugh the loudest. So it takes intelligence to even understand that. And, so tomorrow if Kaveri wants to write something or do a piece of art about her parents, I would say, go ahead. It's your life. You own it. You own your story,
But how did you reach that point of so much objectivity? Like, how tough was it? Was there a process to it?
Like I'm saying, what choice do you have? You either, what is that? Sink or...
Swim.
Yeah. You either sink or swim. So that's it.
So I am a huge fan of your sister, Sujata Kumar.
Thank you so much.
I mean, when she came on screen, I think it just lit up everything. But now, after losing her and then after losing your parents, have you become even more protective of Kaveri and your family?
I've become very protective. I've also eased up a lot because you realize that life is so I don't know, so fragile. तो हम किस डर में रह रहे हैं? What is the worst that can happen? Can anything? So I think it's given me a sense of protection. It's also given me a sense of like there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear because at the end of it, that the only thing that will take you through is just love. There's no need to fret and fume. And what is it? One day you're here, one day you're gone. We're fretting and torturing ourselves over nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing. So the only purpose I feel is to enjoy. The only purpose of life is to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. When Bobby Orishi released, I thought I somehow got the impression that Kaveri's debut film would be Masoom 2. That Shekhar Kapoor was making.
Yes. So Kunal's offer to Kaveri was a big surprise.
Yeah.
So Yes, so Kaveri surprised us all. In fact, Kunal offered her the film when she was still in college,
Okay.
and she auditioned for it. She got the part, and then she told us about it. And so we were equally surprised. And then, of course, we were like, of course, go ahead. He's a
Yeah.
good director. You're in good hands. And ultimately, she has to find her way. You know, she has to find a way. She's has to make her own decisions. We can just be there to prop her if she requires, or to hold her if she falls. But ultimately, it's going to be her decisions.
What's the status of Masoom 2 now?
They start filming in a
Oh,
few
okay.
months. Yeah, I think 2 gaane record ho chuke hain, but I'm not involved,
Yeah,
frankly.
I know.
So don't ask me. Yeah.
But are you looking forward to it? I mean,
Well,
Shekhar is
obviously,
directing and
obviously, I'm
Kaveri
looking
is-
forward to it, and you know, whatever differences I've had with my ex-husband, I have very, very great admiration for him as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
So I know my daughter's in good hands. Yeah. So
Right. So now you've been a singer, actor, author, painter. What's next?
well, you know, it's always been a dream. I want to like write and direct. So maybe I'll put all these things together and do something. So I'm working on stuff right now.
No, with Kaveri.
No.
No.
I mean,
You're-
she'll come into it later. Right now, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to put a project together.
But maybe you can also collaborate as singers.
That I really want to do. Yeah, that, and she's a much better songwriter than me.
Okay.
So I've told her to write a song. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Before I say goodbye, would you like to sing? Or maybe sing the song that everyone sings to you on the streets?
आना मेरे प्यार खुदा तुम छोटा समझो जाना सनम तुझे पाने का ये था सारा बहाना चलो भी जो हुआ जाने दो. I think that चलो भी जो हुआ जाने दो should be everybody's life's motto.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Okay. Looking forward to whatever you do next.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you so much.
you.